So 2024 was great for some people, and for others, like J-Lo, it was not. A lot of people are speculating whether Jennifer Lopez is going to be able to bounce back from a very difficult year in 2024. We're going to run down a number of setbacks and disappointments in her music and movie career that PR people are wondering whether she's going to have an opportunity to actually come back and come back with any success. She has definitely had a very hard year. On top of the extremely public divorce, that is one of the most challenging things and most memorable things that happened to J-Lo last year, is that Bennifer 2.0 became Bennifer 0.0, like nothing. And the singer also faced a slew of career blows from her highly criticized documentary and her album that failed to even make the top 30, to her newest film that completely tanked at the box office, all right? In addition, she also canceled what was supposed to be her massive comeback tour. She did not come back where it came to her music career. While she said it was because she wanted to spend time with her family, and that was the reason that she reported the tour was canceled, many people are speculating it was because of the dismal, ticket sales or the lack thereof, which, financially and probably for her own, reputation and lack of embarrassment to be performing to not a lot of people, she canceled that tour. PR experts have weighed in, and it's not the first time that Jennifer has experienced, some low lows, and she usually, does come back. In fact, celebrity PR guru John Harris, 56 from Chicago, Illinois, told the Daily Mail exclusively that J-Lo is no stranger to adversity. Now, she has built her entire career on resilience and reinvention. So I don't see this moment as an ending. It's a pivot point. She isn't just one album, one movie, one relationship, or even one era of her career. She's a symbol of hard work, reinvention, and staying power. Public attention is a double-edged sword, but if anyone knows how to turn scrutiny into strength, it's her. People love a comeback story, and when she's ready to own her narrative, the world will be ready to listen. Eric Schiffer, a leading international expert in reputation, brand, and political strategy from Los Angeles, California, echoed his sentiments. In many ways, J-Lo's comeback has been like watching someone try to microwave ice cream, confusing and doomed from the start. Ouch. But queens don't crumble, they recalibrate. This is not career suicide for J-Lo, since her celebrity remains too mega. Well, it's kind of like, what do you call that? A backhanded compliment. But she will keep bleeding out brand sentiment until she chooses to partake in quality projects, authentic to her talent, and says no to anything, no matter the extra dollars, that don't meet that standard. Now, J-Lo's devastating year is particularly shocking considering that she was once one of the most popular singers on the planet. Everybody recognized her. She has had her, time in the limelight where she is top in the charts and everybody's digging her sound. Throughout the 2000s, let's not forget that she has broken many, many records. She's dominated the charts. She had platinum selling albums, and she sold out numerous global tours and starred in a slew of very, very popular movies. But 2024 was not it for her. It was a far cry from her early peak. And only time will tell if this is the beginning of her lack of popularity or if she is going to end up coming back at some point. Now, we're going to wait and see what she does next. Female has taken a look back at the highs and many of the lows that she faced from the year. Now, from her dwindling career to her heartbreaking love life, and the challenge with that is that everybody got to see it. I cannot imagine what Jennifer feels like when she is literally directing, producing, utilizing her own money to tell what she thought in the moment at the time was her forever and ever love of her life, only to not long after the release even, have her husband file for divorce, okay? That's gotta be embarrassing. It's gotta feel like a betrayal. It's gotta feel like failure to her. It's gotta feel like a lot of things. However, you will not see J-Lo. What I admire and respect about her is that, yes, you know, everybody knows that what we see on social media may not be exactly what happens in real life, right? Yet, she's still looking like a queen. She is still defying gravity. Like, she looks absolutely amazing. A lot of people look up to her for the fact that she keeps her body right, her mind right. I mean, her heart has been broken. It's been broken nationally in front of people. And, you know, this is an area in her life that she has struggled with for a very, very long time. But if you see her on social media, she is still holding her head up and she is still showing up, like literally showing up in the best way that she can. The comeback album that failed to top the charts, that was likely a big disappointment. She dropped her first LP in a decade, but it was a flop, okay? She had a strong 2023 as she starred in and produced the extremely popular Amazon Prime comedy Shotgun Wedding, but did not see the same success. However, even though the box office at the box office Atlas did not perform well, it slapped on Netflix. So it did really, really well on Netflix. So that made, you know, probably their investors and the viewers and other people who are watching it, you know, topped on Netflix's most watched chart for some time in a number of countries. So there you go. She did have some wins. 2024 for J-Lo was not a complete fail everywhere. When you're comparing J-Lo's 2024 to her 2023, and you were looking at a roller coaster, we would say that 2024 was her low, it was her valley. And people are just wondering whether or not she's gonna stay in this valley and it's gonna go lower, or if she's gonna eventually work her way up to the top. Now, her momentum, again, came to that screeching halt early in 2024 when it was around her album, This Is Me Now, that literally did not make top 30. That's not really something that J-Lo has experienced. Yet I feel like because this album was so personal to her and because it was really a lot of it to do with her love story and her marriages, is there a relatedness there? Like, her love life has been challenged, and then the whole album, which is talking about her love life and the love of her life, maybe people think it's inauthentic. Maybe they don't want to hear songs from J-Lo about being in love and how to have love. Who knows? Is that a subliminal thing? Maybe that's the reason why it didn't do that well. Some critics have said she has out of touch movies. She released a musical film and documentary, and both were panned, okay? I've watched some, I've listened to some of the mean commentary. Man, she must have some thick skin. She's got some great skin, but she must also have some thick skin because the critics roasted a lot of what she did, and again, related to her relationships, the best love ever, and then it just, crumbles in front of the entire world. This Is Me Now, a love story starring Jennifer, Jane Fonda, Fat Joe, Kim Petras, Keke Palmer, Post Malone, Sofia Vergara. I mean, it was a star-studded cast, okay, but that did not help the narrative, nor did it help the views or the popularity of that, whole experience. So in 2024, it was a bit of a flop. It was not very, very popular. On Rotten Tomatoes, this odd and overly self-serious music video / film capitalizes on the fact that Jennifer Lopez's love life has been tabloid fodder for decades. One reviewer wrote on Rotten Tomatoes, "I don't know what I just watched, but I know I hated it." Another scathed. A third stated, "Jennifer's confidence seems to have clouded her better judgment." The documentary, which was mostly about her rekindling with Ben, was equally as disliked as people on social media dubbed it as out of touch and delusional. Ouch. Oh boy. The greatest love story never told feels real enough to shake the feeling of sitting in your therapist's office and talking around the problems you're too embarrassed or afraid to approach head on, IndieWire wrote in a review. Okay. Ouch. So J-Lo did not have a great year. Do you think that she is going to bounce back? If you were J-Lo, would you be like an ostrich and digging your head in the sand? Or are you secretly working on things and making sure that your comeback is a blowout? We'd love to hear your comments below.